Trapped in COVID times, have you ever reminisced on your past trips to Japan? Or perhaps if you've never been to Japan, have you ever imagined visiting the country rich with history and culture? In this Mutalk, we are going to dive deep into the Western influence on Japanese and anime music. In the Meiji era, music was rather traditional, written using the 5-note pentatonic scale, with Japanese traditional instruments such as the biwa, shakuhachi, hichiriki, taiko drums, and the koto. In the Taisho period, Western music and techniques were brought to Japan, such as the genres jazz and blues, and instruments like the violin, harmonica, and guitar. Taisho music was still written in the pentatonic scale, but in a more jazzy style, the quintessential song being Wakare no Blues by Nariko Awaya, as heard in the background. During the post-World War II era, when the US occupied Japan, musicians were further introduced to mambo, blues, and country music by American soldiers. Musicians started singing covers of jazz and rock music, such as a cover of Teresa Brewer's Till I Waltz Again With You by Izumi Yukimura. The Japanese version of Elvis Presley's Heartbreak Hotel by singer Kosaka Kazuya was hugely popular amongst Japanese locals, pioneering the movement of cover pops, the singing of popular American music in the Japanese language. The fanbase of rock and roll grew to a sizable community, and in the 60s, J-pop was significantly influenced by the English rock band The Beatles. During that time, the group sounds movement began, associated with increasing popularity of electric guitars, strong beats, vocal harmonies, drums, and more often than not, music created by youth bands. Moving on to the 70s, rock music lost its influence on the locals because artists realized that it was rather elusive to rock and roll in Japanese, and followed by the disbandment of the Japanese rock band Happy End, rock music went on a short hiatus. Simultaneously, American-style folk music became popular, which, instead of electric guitars and drums, was more dominated by the guitar accompanying vocals. Folk was then morphed into more complex musical styles, known as New Music Happy End, arguably the most influential band in Japanese music. Reinvigorated by fusing rock music and traditional music together, making the greatest comeback of rock music ever, with its best years to come. The rock industry became more popular than ever before in the 80s, and bands such as Bowie, TM Network, and Buck-Tick were heavily influenced by New Romanticism. In the late 80s, a new trend of visual kei emerged, characterized as androgynous male bands, who wore heavy makeup and extravagant hairstyles. As the popularity of J-pop grew in the 1990s, the genre was better marketed and became more recognizable, due to its unique features and sounds. Nowadays, J-pop music typically follows the 21st century characteristics for most pop hits. The genre can be classified more simply into 5 styles of writing: anime, R&B, EDM style, funk, and romantic. But in this Mutalk, we will focus on anime music. For most people, anime music or anison evokes a certain indescribable feeling that makes anime music distinct from Western pop. A trait that divides anison from Western pop is its differing structures. Let's take a look at the formation of Chainsmokers' song Closer. The song uses a verse, pre-chorus, build, drop structure, a common pop song format with the same chord progression used throughout the entire track. The melody is short and catchy, occurring in small units of 2 or 4 measures. However, Zen Zen Sensei from Your Name rapidly changes chords. The melodies are longer and form harmonies above the chord, instead of the choppy, catchy hooks of pop music. Additionally, chorus melodies are higher in pitch than verse melodies because the human voice can produce more energy in its upper range. The song also features its tonic notes and chord more often than the verse, creating a focus on the melody and harmony. Furthermore, in Your Name, some animations and dialogue were tweaked and amended after the soundtrack used was confirmed to be Zen Zen Sensei, to better serve the plotline by matching the emotional build-up of the scene with the audience. Above all, the difference in anime music from J-pop is that it sets the mood for the anime. Let's observe the music of Fairy Tail, a popular anime set in an old world of magic and dragons. Fairy Tail's main theme has a unique Celtic rock blend, utilizing exotic instruments such as bagpipes, accordions, and flutes. The energetic vibe required of the show is channeled perfectly through the harsh percussion and electric guitars, which accompany the flute whistle and accordion. It works to set the stage for endless battles and represent dynamic characters. Celtic music isn't the only strange but perfect blend for anime. Even genres like lo-fi in the anime Samurai Champloo are present. One of the creators of this song even went on to create the infamous Cowboy Bebop soundtrack. Cowboy Bebop's renowned soundtrack is notorious for its use of jazz, and is still referenced even after its release 20 years later. Its opening song, Tank, and its famous starting phrase,
"Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam,"
is a symbol of improvisation and audacity that reflects the chaotic events of the show, which project onto the series harmoniously. The two creators behind the song jammed and improvised off of each other's work, making explosive, energetic music that danced freely between absurdity and a range of sounds that molded the show into what it is today. Thank you for watching this Mutalk. Hopefully you've gained some insight into mainstream Japanese pop music and your favorite anime music. See you next time and have a nice day.